Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea from the historian Dipesh Chakrabarty. He argues that climate change isn't just about melting ice caps or rising seas. Nope, it's about something much, much deeper.
Just think about that for a second. What if the biggest casualty of climate change isn't actually our future, but our past? The core idea here is that this crisis is forcing us to completely rewrite the entire story of humanity.
To get why, we've got to look at this hidden assumption that has shaped Western thought for centuries. It's a split so fundamental, most of us don't even realize it's there.
For centuries, right, we've separated the world into two totally different stories. On one side, you've got human history, our story. It's full of action, ideas, rapid change. And on the other side, there's natural history, the slow, kind of timeless backdrop for a big drama. Nature was the stage, we were just the actors. But here is the massive plot twist. Climate science completely collapses that distinction. As the historian Naomi Oreskes puts it, we're not just actors on the stage anymore. We've become so powerful that we're now physically rebuilding the stage itself, changing the planet's most fundamental systems.
I mean, this is a monumental shift in scale. For most of human history, we were biological agents. We affected our local environment, sure, but so does every other species. But now we've become geological agents, a force on par with volcanoes, ice ages, or even asteroid impacts. That is a whole new kind of power, and, a whole new kind of responsibility.
And this new reality, it's got a name. And it's not just about a change in what we do, it's a change in what we fundamentally are.
So scientists call this new age the Anthropocene, the age of humans. It's a geological epoch defined entirely by our activity. Just let that sink in. Our impact is now so profound, it will literally leave a permanent layer in the Earth's rock, a signature for future geologists to find, just like the dinosaurs. And the proposed starting point? The invention of the steam engine, the machine that kicked off the entire modern world.
This power has become so naturalized in our world that we barely even notice it. It's a great point Chakrabarty makes. Our immense earth-moving capacity, our geological agency, is so normalized that we give our kids miniature bulldozers and dump trucks as toys. We are literally teaching the next generation to play with planetary forces.
And this connects directly to the stories we love to tell about ourselves. The story of progress, of rights, of modernity and freedom, all of it has been powered by fossil fuels. The very expansion of our freedoms has been, totally unintentionally, expanding our geological footprint. The two histories are completely tangled up together.
Okay, so if this is all happening, why is this crisis so incredibly difficult to solve? Well, to understand that, Chakrabarty introduces a really critical distinction. He argues we're actually talking about two different things, even when we use the word world.
On one hand, there's the globe. This is the world we made, a human-centric system of capital, politics, and globalization. Its clock ticks in years and decades. But on the other hand, there's the planet. This is the world of deep, inhuman time, of Earth systems, geology, biology. Its clock ticks in millennia. And here's why that really matters. The causes of the crisis? They happened on the globe, driven by capitalism and industry. But the consequences? They're unfolding on the planet. And the planet doesn't care about our economic theories or our political arguments. It operates on a completely different logic, which means that just critiquing capitalism, while totally essential, isn't enough on its own.
So all of this forces a kind of double vision on us. It makes us see ourselves and our own lives in this really strange new light. It's kind of like discovering you have a secret identity you never even knew about.
Chakrabarty uses this powerful analogy. Imagine you go to the doctor. You think of your life as your own personal story, right? A biography. But the doctor gives you a diagnosis, let's say for diabetes. All of a sudden, that diagnosis connects you to these huge impersonal histories. Thousands of years of agriculture, hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. You've fallen into deep history, as he puts it. You exist in your personal timeline and in evolutionary time all at once. And in the Anthropocene, this has happened to our entire species.
And that creates this profound paradox. We can know intellectually that we're a species acting as a geological force, but we can't feel it. I mean, you don't wake up in the morning and experience yourself as the Anthropocene, right? Our most important identity has become one we can only grasp in the abstract, which makes it incredibly hard to act on.
So if we can't even experience this new identity, how on earth can we possibly come together to solve the problems it's created? And that leads us to the final and maybe the most challenging idea of all.
The sheer scale of the crisis demands that we act as a collective, as a we. But what kind of we can that even be? We don't have a shared global culture, or a government, or some big global identity. Chakrabarty argues that we have to figure out a way to act together without pretending we're all the same.
And the concept for this is called negative universal history. It's a we that is not born from some shared dream, but from a shared predicament. It's that uncomfortable, reluctant unity you feel when you realize everyone is in the same sinking boat, whether you like each other or not. We're united not by what we love, but by what we all stand to lose.
And so, that's where we're left. Climate change isn't just an ecological crisis, it's a conceptual crisis. For all of recorded history, being human meant being the protagonist in a story set against the backdrop of nature. But if we are now a force of nature, well, what does that make us? What does our story even mean anymore? And that is the fundamental question the Anthropocene forces every single one of us to confront.